All right, everybody. Doing this video for you guys. Hope you was able to tune in to yesterday's video. It was a pretty good video. I'm sorry, I'm making adjustments to the camera. It was a pretty good video yesterday. I interviewed one of my buddies. He's a multimillionaire, and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed that interview. So if you didn't check it out, I did that one specifically to help some of you guys. So you want to go back and listen to yesterday's. But let's get on with today's lesson. Today, we're talking about relationships. We're back on track with relationships. So we need to talk about this one. This is another huge issue as to why I see so many relationship challenges, breakups, divorces, disruptions in business and in the homes. This is huge, 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 huge. So what I would ask, if you can please click somebody in, let them know to pay attention to this or either share this video because this one is big. All right, let's get started. Here's the deal. The reason why I say that, people who refuse to change, their relationships end up dying. Let me help you understand this. A lot of times you'll hear people argue because as my wife says, because she's a relationship coach as well, and she says women are upset because their man will not change, and men are upset because their woman has changed. So one is expecting the other one to change and one does not want to change. This is why I keep telling you guys, some of you guys, you're so into this opposites attract kind of thing. That's fine. But what's opposite will also destroy. So you got to be careful. But let me help you. OK, let me help you. I suggest that you get on the bandwagon of change. Here's the reason why. When I was talking to a group of people about this, I explained to them this logic. OK, everything in creation was made to change. Everything. That's why you have seeds. You can plant seeds, and what will a seed produce? Fruit. You can plant watermelon seeds, but you'll get a gigantic watermelon, but it was only in seed form. You was birthed into somebody's canal, some woman's body. You was nothing more than a seed, but you're a grown person with a cell phone on Facebook now. Okay? So you can go on and on and on about, trying to figure out why things change. You know what? They just do. That's the way life was made to be. Life was made for everything to change. For an example, you can pluck fruit off of a tree and it'll reproduce some more fruit because it changes. The weather changes, seasons change, the atmosphere change, the sun change. That's why we have day and night. Everything is meant to change. So the only people who don't like change are people who are comfortable being stuck. And here's the problem. If you're a person who's trying to move forward in life and you're connected to a person who just wants to be stuck, oh my God, what a frustrating relationship you're going to have. Let me give it to you in another way that more of you guys can understand. Some of you guys are trying to demand your children to change their behavior and they keep fighting you every step of the way. They want to stay just the way they are. They don't see, get a haircut, get yourself, no, you understand what I'm saying? So it's tough to deal with people who refuse to change. It really is. This is why I'm telling you guys, if you're dating, don't be so quick to be attracted to differences, because I have seen over and over and over again that the things that is different are the things that end up tearing up the relationship if it's not navigated correctly. So let me help you understand one more point about change. Okay. When I say change, there is two kinds of change that can take place. You have good change and you have bad change. What do I mean by that? All right. The bad kind of change is when a person is changing, but their behavior is going downhill. In other words, they started off being sweet and loving and everything else, and now they become abusive and argumentative. They're lazy and all these different things. They used to take you out. They don't want to go on dates no more. They don't want to wash their behind. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to, for ladies, a lot of times, look, I got him now. I don't need to put on no makeup. I don't need to do no hair. He know who I am. And, speaking of that, here's a statement that I hear that destroys relationships. Okay, this is a huge one. They know how I was when they met me. What the heck? Well, you knew how I was when you met me. Or man, she know how I was when she met me. I mean, come on now. All right. If you want to stay stuck on stupid, you're going to be stuck by yourself. Because I'm telling you, your relationship will die if you don't change. Everyone needs to change, grow up. I mean, for real, think about it. Let's take your concept of, well, they know how I was when they met me. Okay, let's take this for an example. Okay, let's take that stupid idea. Let's just say that this is school, okay? And I met you in the 5th grade. Now you're 40 freaking years old. Am I supposed to still expect you to act like a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old? I mean, come on now. Do you see my point? So everything else we're supposed to be accepting of change, but when it comes to you changing for the better to enhance and grow the relationship, oh, they know how I was. No, that is not acceptable. And you wonder why they're frustrated every time they come around your presence. Nobody want to hang around you. Nobody want to be around you. Can't have a good conversation with you. Your relationship is dying out. And if it's in business, it's the same thing. Companies die. I just was sharing with some business owners the other day. Have you paid attention to the fact of what happened is what's going on with Sears, JCPenney's, and many other companies, Macy's, and all these companies are shutting their doors. They're closing their doors. A lot of you guys who are employed there, you know what I'm talking about. You lost your job. Why? Because they refuse to change on time, and now they're being forced to change, but it's too late because Amazon took over everything. So Amazon growing and their business is dying every year. Every year. Now they're trying to slowly merge into going online and selling their products, but it's a little too late, buddy. You should have did that change a long time ago. That's the way it is in some of you guys' relationship. You're waiting too long to change. Here's what I get tired of hearing, and I'm just going to be honest. I get a lot of phone calls from people who want to make changes in the relationship after the person don't want to be bothered with you no more. And I told you a long time ago, why don't you do this? Why don't you get some initiative? Well, they need to change, not me. And then as soon as they walk out, now all of a sudden, well, you think if I send them flowers? Well, you think if I do this? You think if I cook them a meal? No, it's too late. Too late. You wanted to be stuck on stupid. So be stuck by yourself. Because people want to change. They want to grow. They want to see more of life. That's what you're supposed to do. This is why I'm very grateful for who I'm married to. I'm married to a person who reads books, a person who likes to discover life, go places. We can be spontaneous. We ain't got to have a plan. Guess what? If we want to just go grab some ice cream out the blue, hey, let's go do it. I like spontaneous people. I like people who know how to move. I don't like people who stuck. And here's one more problem with stuck people, okay? Some stuck people are some of the most meanest, argumentative people I know. Okay, and if this is you, then hey, accept it. It is the truth. If this ain't you, then be free. You pass this on to somebody you know. But I'm telling you, stupid, stuck people are some of the meanest people I know. They get these ideas in their head. They think they're right all the time, and that's it. And I'm telling you, it's horrible dealing with them. In fact, I don't really deal with those kind of people because they don't realize everybody should grow and change. Things change. You should keep on growing. Let me give you a slogan that I'm saying at the end of my videos now, because I'm learning this is helpful. Live like time and keep moving, and live like grass and keep growing. Have you ever mowed your lawn, and then 2 weeks later you look at it and it looks like you never did anything 2 weeks prior? Why? Because even when you cut grass, it has the ability to keep on growing and changing. Stop being stuck on stupid. Because at the end of the day, guess what? If you want to be stuck on stupid in your relationships, whether it's in the home or at work or whatever, you're going to be the only one stuck there. Everybody else is going to keep on going, and you're going to be wondering why you got left in the dust. And that's going to be your fault because you refuse to change. All right, everybody, this is a good video. I'm telling you, replay this one back. I'm telling you, get this out to somebody. This will help relationships. Let me leave you with one tip. Some of the most successful relationships when you have two people who continuously talk to each other and try to find out how can we best grow and change. Here's one of the things when I talk to counselors and relationship coaches and divorce attorneys and all. Here's the one statement I say, and especially pastors with the premarital stuff. I tell them all the time, don't you hear this all the time? We just grew apart. What are you saying? I'm growing in one direction while the other person want to stay here. So you have to grow together. So if you want to know what I think is the secret to a successful relationship, a lot of people say communication. No, because here's the problem. Y'all communicate all the time. I'm communicating. I don't feel the need to change. I'm communicating that we should be changing. So you having communication. It's just that y'all not seeing eye to eye. Here's the problem. One person is wanting to grow and change and move with life. The other one just want to stay like a bump on the log and stay stuck. So here's what makes a good relationship. When you have two people talking together about how can we change in the right direction together. Not separate, but together. What can we do together to keep on moving forward in life? See, when you're having strategy meetings for your relationship, like your job is having you do on the Monday morning meetings, them MMMs, even jobs, they always say, hey, we have an update. And you never argue with the job. But then you come home and you want to argue because their changes are needed in the relationship and you don't want to do it. Some dudes, they want to come home and scratch their balls and sit on the couch. Okay, but she wants to go out and have a good time. All right, keep doing that, dude. I'm telling you, keep doing it. I'm hearing about dudes doing that all the time. Then when she walks out, he want to get pissed and get violent. No, you have no right to be violent and mean, because when she asked you to come along and go have a good time with her, you was disregarding her. Ladies, it's the same thing. You keep disregarding your man. He wants to talk. He wants to share his heart. He wants to do some things, and I don't like that stuff. You go on and do that stuff. You go on and do that stuff. And then when I call it the Delilah trap, when Delilah comes in his path and say, you know what, that sounds like fun, you know, and he says, oh, you're interested in that? See, Delilah will come right underneath where you say, I ain't doing nothing for him. I don't do it. I ain't into that. I don't do that stuff. I don't do that stuff. And so Delilah will come in, and I call Delilah, that's the little woman who wants your man. Well, what she does is she'll come right along and hear him talk about, man, I just wish my wife would just do some things with me. And she'll say, well, what's some of those things that you like to do? She may not even be into that stuff, but she's listening because she wants your man. So while you, I don't need to do all that for him. See, we take each other for granted. Y'all do, not me, but here's what you do. So now Delilah says, oh, well, you know what? I was just about to do that myself this weekend. What if we just went together? Now, she know doggone well she ain't had no plans to do that little activity with that man. But she just seen it as a window of an opportunity because guess what? You never want to go anywhere with him. Sir, you never want to go anywhere with her. And that's how Mr. Samson, Mr. Buff Stuff, Mr. Gym Rat, he comes and snatch your woman up. Now you all pissed. See, do things together, and that leaves no room for Satan to get in between. All right? Talk to y'all tomorrow. Let's get another good video in. But please replay this one. This will help save a ton of marriages. See, a lot of times some of these marriages that are falling apart and relationships that's just going through hell, it's some of the little things. It's not the big things. It's just some little things that you refuse to do. And the Bible says it's the little foxes that spoil the vine. Sometimes it's just the little things that you refuse to make changes to that's just pulling a wrecking ball in your relationship. This is certainly one of them. Talk to y'all tomorrow.